Hey, welcome back. Alright, gosh, I don't even know where to start here. Got a lot going on. It's really cold, been really cold here in Minnesota. We're in the pretty deep below zeros and high winds, so like night before last, I think, I don't know, it's getting close to 10 below, but because of the wind, it felt like it was like 30 below or something like that for the wind chill or something. So, see, to myself, because I have this camper, I don't feel homeless. I feel like it's my home, and it's a different way of living, and it can be tough sometimes. But the county, they consider me homeless being in the camper. Well, I guess an advantage to that is that because of this cold weather, the county outreach put me up in a room for a couple nights here to get me out of the cold, which is really nice, and I'm very thankful for. They did it to multiple people in the area. I'm really glad that they do that, because some of the other locals that I know that are either living in their vehicles or van life or whatever, you know, whether they choose it or whether they're forced into it. Some of the regulars that I know that I spot around, they were all, almost everybody was here for the same deal. So that's nice to know that they all were able to get into a room and get out of the cold. I feel bad for some of them, especially the ones in their cars, you know, because I see them in the night if I'm up starting the car all the time and running it to stay warm. So I guess, you know, in a way, in some ways I have an advantage that way, as long as I've got diesel in my diesel furnace and gas so I can move. Well, the diesel, I can run the furnace, I don't have to run the engine, and it holds a pretty decent temperature here. Now when it gets that cold, especially with the winds, even with the diesel furnace cranking up, it, you know, it can drop into the 50s, 54 or so, high 40s, low 50s if the wind's really whipping in here to keep up with the heatiness. But that's better than freezing, you know, it ain't freezing. So I'm very thankful to have had a room for a couple days. I don't know if they're going to do it again or not. I'm hoping they will, because in a couple more days here, it's going to be even colder. It's going to be like 18 below zero and 20 below zero, and then an 8 below zero night or something like that. But the 18 and 20s, if the wind's really blowing, that'll put the wind chill at like 40 below or so, you know. So I'm thankful to have that room. And while I was here in this room, I noticed that I had a subscriber send me some help. Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. You know, it leaves me speechless, you know. But I'm very thankful, you know, and I wish I had all the proper words to say. You know, all I can tell you is that with my whole heart, I'm very thankful, you know. And yes, it helps very, very much. So right now my plan is to, while I was in the room here, I was very busy. It was nice to have a normal bed to lay in. It was nice to have a little desk table with an office chair to set up my laptop and have plenty of room. I can do it at the camper here at the booth, but because I'm a big guy, when I sit at the booth, you know, my stomach's right up against the table. So I had nice and roomy in the room, you know, where I had freedom to move better and a lot more space to move, because in the camper it's very confined. But I got a lot of videos rendered and exported and tried to go through it and pick out, you know, listen to a little bit of what I'm talking about and write down titles. My titles, I don't know. I just do the best I can, you know. It's all new to me. And rather than just numbering them or something, you know, I try to put some kind of associative title with it from a phrase I said or a sentence I said or something. I don't know, you know, just to kind of put a different title on it. So I got a lot of videos done, and what I do is one was like rendering, like say it might take maybe, when you're editing a video, depending on how long it is, but if it's like one of my videos was, I think the longer one, it was like 22 or 29 minutes. And just when I first put it into the editing software, it'll like render it to get it ready for editing. And that can take, we'll say maybe that might have taken 10, 15 minutes or something, 10 minutes, we'll say, or 10, 15 minutes, for like, kind of like when you're waiting for something to load on a computer, for the green bar to go all the way and then disappears to it because it's loaded. Then from there I could start working with it, editing it or whatever I'm going to do with it. And then when I'm done, then I can switch over to export, and then it takes everything that I've done and squishes it all together into the video at the end, So in between, it was nice having that extra space and the nice, cushy, comfortable bed. Because, the jackknife couch I sleep on in the camper, it's probably got maybe, a couple inches of foam padding, I'm going to guess, and so it's not exactly comfortable, and you get older, and especially being heavier, you feel it in your hips and stuff. So I rotate a lot through the night normally, so it was nice to have a cushy bed. So then I'd like, while something would be rendering or exporting, I would go jump on the bed, and I had a remote control and TV. That was kind of cool. I love the song. Yes. God, I'm still counting my blessings. Wonderful song. Count My Blessings, Matt Mayer, I think it is. This song, I try to stick to it, and count all the amazing blessings I have. Even though life's tough on me, God is still really good to me, And my newest stress today to share with everybody. These bib overalls that I wear because I'm a big guy, and when I wear normal pants or whatever, they want to slide off me. So I have a brand new pair that's a little lighter color, like the stonewash color or whatever they call that. I've never worn yet, and I've been saving them because, for going to work or whatever, and to keep a nice pair, because since I've been out of income before, I go to the laundromat doing laundry, all that kind of stuff, but, I'm being out of work, I can't even afford to keep laundry sometimes. So, anyway, I've had these for a while, and they've made it, they've made it about 9 months or so, and finally I started getting, I told one of my friends that I had the new pair, but I've been holding out on wearing them, but I don't know how much longer it's going to last, because I started getting a little, maybe about, 2-3 inch little tear in the crotch area. And then when I was getting ready to leave the hotel today, I noticed that it's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if I bent over or what happened, but when I went to jump into these bib overalls, yeah, it's a pretty good tear. So my left butt cheek leg area is pretty exposed. So they kind of ventilated, So, but I got boxers on, so it's not like I'm flashing the world or anything. So, as much as I like these overalls, this is probably the life of them. So now I'll go to my new pair I haven't wore yet, but it's still stressful because I got to think, okay, now I'm down to one pair of those. I got to figure out how to get some more, So, because what if I wreck those? Then what do I do? And the only place I've been able to get them, when I was working down south, they got a store called Baumgart's, and which is like kind of like a, I don't know what stores are around the country, but it's kind of like a Fleet Farmer kind of all around shop. So they got a lot of different clothes and stuff, but then they got like tools and farm stuff, and you can get chickens and chicken stuff there, chicken stuff. But stuff for chickens, if you're raising chickens. And you can buy chicks there at some of them or whatever when they get them in, and then they have little pull little sheds and little chicken coops and stuff. And it's not just chickens; they got other stuff for other animals and stuff too. So I guess because it's all farm country in that area a lot. So, and because it's farm country, and the Baumgartner says that, it's a good place to get overalls. But they have them in stock, and they're bigger because there's a lot of big husky farmer guys. And otherwise, to get them, and they're a better price there. I think what I got them for. I got them for like, I don't know. I'm gonna guess like $35-$40 a pair, something like that. But now, if I were to try to get a pair, say at Menards up here, I don't think they carry the blue jean pair kind. They carry like more like the Carhartt color, the brownish khaki color, whatever that is, and they're like $70 or something. That's crazy scary. I'm freaking out on figuring out how to get a $30-$40 pair. But luckily, I still have one new pair I haven't worn yet, so I don't have to keep going around with this cold weather blowing up my legs. I'm still wearing them though. I'm gonna get a little more time out of them yet. I'll probably change them yet today sometime. I'll probably jump into the new ones. I can't hold out no longer. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change. I can't run around with my ass hanging out. Well, it's not a hanging ass, but you know what I mean. I just can't go around with my butt or my underwear showing or whatever. That wouldn't be nice. I don't know if most people would notice, but it is lower like it is tearing up higher. That's because the material got so worn from wearing them so long. What used to be strong denim, I have weakened. So, I don't know what I'm doing here now. I'm flapping my gums for a little while here. Well, I don't know what to do right now. I'm stressed out a little bit, but I'm very thankful, like I said, for the hotel room. It's very nice. I don't know if they're going to do it again. Well, let's see here. I should pull that up. Right now, it's 9 degrees and it feels like -3. That's because we have 8-mile-an-hour winds. But, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh my gosh, that's 4 days in a row. Because right now it's Tuesday. The low tomorrow is 1 degree or whatever, and then after that it drops to 21 below, and then the high is 9 below, and then the low is 20 below again, and then the high is 1 below, and then the low is 8 below, and then 8 and 8 below. So yeah, so the next 4 days, let's see, not tomorrow, well, yeah, tomorrow will start getting cold too, it'll get down to 1 degree. That's going to be really, really cold on macro. Well, I will survive one way or another. Even if I have to blanket it up, bundle it up, I'll survive. I do believe so anyway. I can't say that 100%. That's up to the Lord. I hope he ain't taking me no time soon. I'm hoping I get to see and do and a lot more wonderful things and help a lot more people. Thanks for watching.